Hey, you looking for me? Zack Attack. Yeah, what are you doing over there? Good to see you guys. Well, welcome. Here, let me come over to you. Whoa, well, what brings you all the way up here into the mountains? Well, I guess, I was sitting in the living room the other day, 2 days ago, and Leanna, my wife, came in and said, "Hey, Richard Sheppard put this beautiful video on about you, acknowledging you," and I watched it, and it was so touching. It was so beautiful, and Richie is one of the most beautiful, wonderful people I've ever met in my life. He's a hero. Anyways, he just kind of wung this video out, and he's so graceful and beautiful soul, a beautiful soul. And I thought I'd just come back and respond with a video. So, well, you know what? I was just eating a salad. Why don't I come in and tell you a little bit about Richard Sheppard? Okay. Anyways, what's interesting about Richie is that what you see here is, well, before I tell you about Richie, this is my Earthship that's been traveling around, that has reached its final resting place here in Asheville, and this is going to turn into our a little beautiful place that we're going to make into a little tiny home to live in. And this will be our Airbnb enterprise. Right now we're living in this house right here. So let me tell you about Richard Sheppard while I eat my salad. So right now, yeah, when I knew Richie, here's my street coming up into my house, okay? And when I knew Richie, it was, I guess, like around 1997, and we were just raging as bohemians in the new music in the music scene in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. And whoops, sorry about this. Let me fix this a little better here so that we can see a little better. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, coming down the stairs here. So, here we are. This is 1997 anyways. 1997, it was the time. And Miami Beach, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. There was our little music scene that we were a part of, you know. And Richie and so many others in our little group were really just pioneers in bringing what would be, you know, I want to say self-expression, you know, but not just self-expression, like courage and adventure and really heroic um, type of uh, spirit to, um, there we go, a type of spirit to the to that scene. So Miami Beach was basically a tourist town for the wealthy one percenters, the wealthy and the glamorous and all that. So we were kind of like bohemians. I was kind of like a washed up musician. I was 35 years old or somewhere around there then, and I've just been a classic, your classic, bohemian there. Always been in bands. Uh, Really never, you know, uh, never really going for the big time or anything like that. But I was around a lot of very successful people and musicians, and I hung out with a lot of that crowd. And the wonderful thing about all that is, as small as my accomplishments were musically, and as far as career wise and famous and all that all that, they most of the well, they all, and I knew quite a bit of the famous worldwide celebrities there, and hung out with them. Uh, saw me as one of them, as one of an artist, and they considered us all together. We were artists together, and saw the greatness in me, and uh, as um, you know, um, as I felt, I didn't really feel I was good anyways and all that at what I did. I was good enough to perform, so I performed. I performed solo in bands and played electronica music and punk rock. My first, band was a punk rock band back in 1980, and that was there in Miami Beach, in that scene. And so by the time '97 came around, and I met Richie and Nicole and anyways, that whole crew, thinking about that, like it's like, you know 17 years later, and I'm still kicking around, playing, busking on the street. uh, um, you know Basically, I'm like a kind of like a little local legend there, but a local, unachieved legend. No one to mention, but just like, one of those, guys, mystical guys. So kind of had that wizard, bohemian wizard look, vibe going on. And yeah, this is what I eat now. I'm a raw food vegetarian. And oh, I need to go down to the garden. We need to get some. I need some romaine. Okay, let's go do that. Anyways, I just wanted to paint that picture first before I go ahead and talk about Richie, uh, who I love very dearly and think about all the time, and who's definitely made a big difference in my life as far as being someone who influenced me. And how he influenced me, well, you know what? He gave me courage, because when Richard Sheppard looks at you and he sees the greatness in you. And when he looked at me and was interested in me and my friend, I felt great. I felt like I was somebody. Because he has that magical ability to look into people and see the greatness in people, and he's in love with people. So it was great to have someone as he was a very attractive fella, charming, Puerto Rican, Peruvian, beautiful soul. And he just made me feel like I was somebody, you know. and he took an interest in me, um, which made me feel like I had like I was special. And I think that's any one of you, you know that about Richard Sheppard, is that when Richard Sheppard could make you feel so special just by, you know, um, just when you're in a conversation with him, just his being, his presence, it just elevates you. So, anyways, back to 1997 and that time, generally in those few years in that time. And this is my garden, by the way. Growing, it's springtime here, and we're growing a bunch of vegetables. Leanna, she does some great gardening. She's the gardener, and we have it going on here as far as being a raw food vegetarian. Pick up a good romaine, fresh grown. It's the way to live. Let me close this gate. The reason why we got to have this gate here like this is we have a groundhog that will raid our garden, eat all our food for the year. Just one groundhog will do all that. Anyway, this is the garden. This is the entrance to the garden. And wait, let me give you a little panoramic view of the homestead. There's that side of the house. Beautiful, right? So, as I'm back to 1997, when I was zipping it through that time, we would get into the papers, play shows and gigs and all the local music stuff. Richie was just coming into that. He was new. He was a youngin', and he looked at me and he saw someone that could I guess give him some insight in troubadouring. And what I mean by troubadouring means a solo artist. You see, we're all solo artists, really, but everyone would love to have a band and lots of money and all this backing and a whole army behind you and go out there with the whole army. But we didn't all really have that. Not all of us had that. So he saw me playing. I didn't have a drummer, so I had to put a tambourine on my foot and, strap a drum to my knees and be a one-man band using live looping and electronics and anything I could to make, all these different kinds of sounds. So he saw that and he's like, hey, that's possible. And when he did, that changed my life, because I was like, hey, this is worthwhile. This is worth doing. So we started to hang out together. And as we hung out together and started to learn each other, we started to play songs for one another. And, really started taking an interest in helping each other become this group of solo artists, this group of troubadours. I want to mention Nicole in this a lot because Nicole and Richie were going out at the time. And they were, a beautiful, such a handsome couple. There we go. They were such a handsome couple, and Nicole too was coming into the troubadour, being the troubadour. Just take your acoustic guitar, go out and perform, and go out and, you know, bring what you got in your soul out to a room of strangers, or, out on the street. And you never know what that does. And so I never knew that that would have that impact on Richie or Nicole, um, or have an impact on anyone. I was just um, looking to be, to have friends, looking to be part of uh, a community. And I found some great people as I did that, as I went out into the scary world. It's scary out there. It's scary and horrifying at times to go out there and bare your soul and go out there perform for people. And I'm talking without a band, you know. And Nicole uh, uh, introduced me to Richard Sheppard. And Richard Sheppard, you're my hero. Ever since then, you're my hero, and you're heroic and brave, and you go into the most dangerous places in the world, and you some of it's hurt you really bad, and you still strong come back at it, and rise above, where so many fail, you succeed, and you're my hero. You're my hero then when I first saw you, and when I first saw you perform without your band, when I first saw you perform solo in that little cafe, you blew everybody away with your genuine soul searching, your pleading of your voice, pleading for for love. As you can see, I'm not a good speaker, and I'm not eloquent as you are, Richie. And I'm right now trying to be as brave and as elegant as I can with this video. I wouldn't do this video. I wouldn't do this for anyone, because I just feel foolish, because I don't speak well or look well, or present well like a superstar, like a genuine beautiful person, kind of nerdy, but you do, and you're a superstar to me. And I think that thank you for presenting the idea of just putting these videos out and acknowledging the people in our life and taking a chance and express yourself. You just happen to be stellar at it. And I love you, man, and I always think of you, always. I mean, more than you know. And thank you for being the hero in my life, and having me on your hero's journey and being part of your hero's journey. So I love you, Richard. Take it easy, and I'll see you around on the journey.